security,
No
no tax
tax
for
on tips.
old people, no tax on tips. RFK is trying to get rid of, you know what I'm saying, all that poisonous shit inside the foods. They said that Trump didn't surround himself with smart women, and we just got the very first woman chief of staff in the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff that they were talking about before, now we can finally look at it with our eyes open because they already lost. There's no reason to buy into any of the fear. Now we can look at things objectively. But he has to follow through with these things. Hamas already wants to cut the war out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't trust him on that because he talks about supporting Israel. And like the war,
Yeah, he's definitely I think Trump is a Zionist.
nah,
But
I
continue.
don't think so at all.
But continue. Continue.
I don't think that at all. I mean, Israel, for whatever reason, has always been one of our most powerful allies. Our connection with Israel, I don't really understand other than the Zionism, but I don't think that's why he does it. But it's just like it's just not in anybody's interest to turn their back on Israel.
No, I don't.
But
I want to keep it there. I want to. I just was. It was funny though, real quick, that when the left was calling him a Nazi, and it's like, yo, his fucking son-in-law is a Jew. You know what I mean? Jared Kushner.
They just like.
Yeah, he's a Jew. You know what I mean?
They just, I mean, they just say whatever. And again, it shows you how full of shit they are because if he was really all that, no America-loving patriot is just going to just walk away, not protest it, not say anything. Like, there's no way that somebody who claims is going to be that horrible is just going to be like, hey, you won fair and square. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of them is going to do, like, at least somebody is going to come out and say that, but none of them did. That tells you that they were just, just running some game on us all along. And you got these people that have so much pride that you see on Facebook who still can't let it go, who's still talking that shit. And we haven't even seen anything happen yet. You know what I'm saying? But nobody could deny that those promises that he made are good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's undeniable. So what if he does those things? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm going to ask you this question, and it's a question I can't answer. I want to say this before I ask you this question. Excuse me. I want to say shout out to our brothers and sisters that came here illegally and did it the American way. But what do you say to people that says, you know what? They're not illegal aliens. This was their country before, you know what I mean, we got here.
That's semantics, and that's romanticizing some type of idea. You either born here or you wasn't. That's the same in any other country. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a nationalist. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're America, and this is America, and it should be America first. We need immigrants. We need to, first of all, help people escape into better situations. And we need people to build America because America is the only place that was built by immigrants. Everybody else is built by, you know what I'm saying, their peoples. You know what I'm saying? We are the true melting pot. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be done legally. There has to be a vetting process because just letting anybody in and just flying anybody in, it brought on a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, people are losing, people aren't getting jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and part of that's our fault because a lot of us don't even want to take these jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work with folks that drive 2 hours a day to work just to make $15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? What was he going to say?
Let me be clearer again. Like, Texas used to be Mexico. Yeah. And obviously they got conquered and they got pushed out. But what do you say again? Because I want to make it clear to what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Part of the West Coast, Baja, California used to be Mexico. So it's like, I say that you use that.
I mean, go ahead and finish. But I'm
just saying,
use the operative word.
Yeah, I'm only saying that what you said that because when I say, man, we can't take these immigrants in here, they'll say to me, man, it was their land anyway. So it's like,
yeah, you use two really big words there. You know what I'm saying? Two big words. You use the word. Well, this is like it's a compound, but you use the phrase used to and you used was. You know what I'm saying? Used to and was. We're living in what is. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. I mean, whether that's right or wrong, that is what it is. Like, what are we going to do? Just be like, all right, well, fuck it then. Here, take this land back. And then all those Americans, you know what I'm saying, white, Mexican, black, and everything else live all across the West Coast. They just, no more rights for them. They have to just come flood another other countries now, and now we have these other states where people could just sneak further into the country from and everything else. Like, there's no resolution for that, fam. It is what it is. You said the words used to and was. We have to accept reality.
Hold on, oh, damn.
Yeah.
But I just look at it like, I mean, they were conquered. I mean, whether it be fair or not.
Word. You got another big word. Word.
Yeah, in that sense, yeah, it's a big word.
Word. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're living in the results, fam. You know what I'm saying? We're living in the results. Nobody alive in any of those states or countries were here when any of this stuff happened. You know what I'm saying? None of us. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I love those stories too. I love to think about, you know what I'm saying, the big revenge story. The big revenge story. Like, yeah, the land was stolen, and fantasize about there being some resolution to it. But there's no resolution to it. What are we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just none. Like, it's over.
Yeah, because if I bring up immigration, I mean, well, illegal aliens, I'm not even talking about immigration, because immigrants do it the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about illegal aliens, and certain people be like, well, they were here before us. It's their land anyway.
Yeah, they're wrong. They're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because they're wrong. So let's say we gave Texas to the Mexicos, and then the Incas just showed up out of nowhere. So now the Mexicans have to give them up, or the Aztecs just showed up. So now the Mexicans have to give them up to the Aztecs, and then the Aztecs to the Incas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. This is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? When you know what I'm saying, the West, when people came over to America, you know what I'm saying, the lands that were conquered, that they conquered the Native Americans for, which was fucked up the way they did it and everything else. But all those lands, they passed hands a million times. You know what I'm saying? The one in the Cherokee and the Sioux, I think it's the Cherokee and the Sioux. The Sioux used to be, you know what I'm saying? Used to be the Cherokee were the dominant ones, and then the Sioux. Oh no, the Apache was the Apache and the Sioux. So the Sioux used to be dominant and controlled those lands, and then the Apache learned how to ride horses, and they became the dominant ones, and then took the lands. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this whole ownership of land thing and everything else, this is something that's been going on since the beginning of the time. And the times that we're in right now, that's America. It just is. That's just reality, whether we like it or not. That's the reality of it.
Okay, I know you got family shit going on. I need.
No, that's all right.
I need 5 things right now that you expect to do. What you expect Donald Trump to do when he takes office?
I expect him to stay true to the taxes thing. I expect him to help RFK and getting America healthy again. I know I sure as hell can use some motivation, because I suck. 5 things is a lot of things, because I don't really want a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, keeping us out of war, doing his best to keep us out of war. We'll keep it at 3 things, because those. Okay, you know what? I'll keep going, because these are things. Well, if he
give me 10, give me 10. I don't. You know,
because I just feel like 5 is a lot. But you know what? There is those things, but I'm going to lump things in, and protecting women's spaces is another thing. You know what I'm saying? And this whole, listen, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's probably about, those are the things I expect from them. You know what I'm saying? Now, this whole women's rights things, man, I just want to just throw something out there, man. We got to shout out the women right now, fam, because I believe that it's horrible. Like, no matter what side of the fence you believe on, you lean on as far as women's rights go, or, you know, what they call women's rights, for the next 4 years, it's just going to keep getting pounded into women's heads, because it's the last thing that they have to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? That women are going to really be exploited right now. Everybody's going to be exploited about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Most sane people believe that the only thing they believe is that it shouldn't be used for birth control. You know, when there's rape, incest, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When the woman's health is at risk. You know what I'm saying? Of course you should be able to have an abortion, but you can't just run around fucking and then just have an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're always supposed to man up to our responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? It's not about women's rights. It's about the rights of babies. And killing babies is evil. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just killing babies just because you just don't want a baby, that's fucked up. That's how I feel. But there's a compromise. You know what I'm saying? At least if they're going to allow it, do it early. You know what I'm saying? Don't not at fucking 3 months and 4, 5, 7 months. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, man. Don't nobody want to kill babies, fam. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that I expect. And I had to go into depth into that whole thing because I've been getting into arguments with people lately, all because of the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? They you know what I'm saying? If you tell somebody that you're pro-life, they think that you're like, you know, across the board, like, yo, no matter what. And that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? Just not true. It's just not, it just should not be birth control, fam. You shouldn't just be able to just, if you want to act irresponsible with your body, that's your choice. It's your body, your choice. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you got to man up to the responsibilities. You know what could come from it. You know what I'm saying? You know that could happen. Okay, so do what you have to do to prevent that from happening if you don't want that.
What do you expect for them to do economy-wise?
Economy-wise? So I'm no economist. So everything I'm going to say right now is going to come from you know, because people like to say that I think I'm so smart, but this is coming from somebody who's uneducated. But you know what I'm saying? As far as what I understand, you know, the tariffs are going to be good. Companies are saying companies are threatening to raise the prices, but Trump says that he actually has a counter thing for that. And then there's something about the companies. So they want American companies. He's going to fine them. He's going to make it harder for them to build their companies across seas instead. You know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be extra penalties and extra taxes on that. And there's going to be incentives to keep all these companies here in the U.S. in order to create American jobs. Like that's like very, you know, simple explanation. Because like I said, I'm not educated in all that shit. I just listen and it makes sense. So if that shit works out, that I'll love it. You know what I'm saying? He says it's going to be a golden age. It could be a golden age. Could not be, but it could be. And in theory, these things sound like they work. Like you got all these people that, you know what I'm saying, want to get on there and wax poetics and act like they know everything because they heard somebody say, well, all the economists say it's not going to work. Or these economists say it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. These are just people saying things. I could just go by what they said, what they want to do, and whether it makes sense to me in the simplest terms. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
I mean, do you think that...
Yeah, baby! When last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made